Welcome back, our fellow listeners, to South Coast Radio. And today, as I mentioned earlier, we welcome back a very special guest who joined us last year and left a lasting impression. Born in Namibia and now based in Somerset West in the Western Cape, she's a singer, songwriter, guitarist, wife, and mother of two, and also holds a master's degree in pediatric dentistry as the owner of Dino Dent, a dental practice for children. She's just released her powerful new single called Anchor of Hope, the lead track from her upcoming EP of the same name. And joining her in studio with us is her husband and collaborator, Izak Marais. Amanda and Isaac, welcome back to South Coast Radio. How are you guys doing?
Hi, we're good, thank you, and hello, listeners.
Good morning, we're doing well, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you once again, guys, for being with us once again on South Coast Radio. It's really awesome having you guys with us. So, Amanda, it's good to have you back once again with us. As I just mentioned, since we last spoke, you released your new song at that time, which was called
Mirror.
Yes. We just played that a while ago. And so you've also released your new single not so long ago called Anchor of Hope. How has this season been for you so far?
I think it's a mix. I think I can say life happened. It's a mix of a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But overall, it's been good, and I'm just thankful for today and for being here on the radio, and
Awesome.
thankful.
Awesome, Amanda. So let's talk about the title track called Anchor of Hope. What is the heart behind the song?
Well, in winter 2020, it was COVID time. We went through a very difficult time. I think most people went through a difficult time, and in that very difficult time, a positive thing happened, and it was just for me reconnecting with God and spending time with Him. And in my mind, I saw this picture of a physical storm, and I almost felt like I was drowning. And then God showed me, but He's in this boat with me, and I'm covered with Him and with His protection. And no matter the storm around me, He's my anchor, and it will be okay. And I can really testify that, everything that was lost or stolen or broken in that time, God really amplified and given us more back and restored. So I think the song was born in that time.
Wow, that's really awesome, Amanda. And then you also mentioned that the inspiration came from during a difficult season in 2022 and was later shaped by a podcast message about staying steady in the storm. How did that message transform into the song?
So it was by Christine Kane, 2 years after 2020. So I think, 2022, I listened to the podcast. I remember I was just listening to it, lying in the bathtub, and it really resonated with me. And I thought, wow, this takes me back to that moment 2 years earlier. And I just really felt in my heart, I must listen to it again and again. And it's like sometimes I have this, when I feel I have to write a song, it's like this itch that I really have to do. And I just listen to it over and over. And I just writing down her message, that in my words, what I remember from the message and from that podcast. And then later trying, what was the core of this podcast? And then I thought, let's talk about the anchor of hope. And so I started writing the lyrics of a song. And as over time, a lot of times I write and rewrite the thing, but it started in 2022, and then I left it. And then only about almost 3 years later again, I had the inspiration of going back to that, because I didn't initially have a melody. It was only the lyrics. So yeah, that was the process behind it.
That's really awesome stuff, Amanda. So, Isaac, you also collaborated with Amanda on both Anchor of Hope and Faith Without Borders. What was it like working together, not just as a husband and wife, but as creative partners?
I'd say it was very fulfilling. I think starting with working together as a husband and wife, it's always fun to have some shared hobbies or things that
True.
you can do together that's not just raising kids or doing the dishes and sort of the work stuff. So that was a fun experience. In terms of creative partners, I think this is still mostly her work. I might have complained once or twice when the melody was a bit difficult for me to sing accurately, but I think I got there in the end.
You did.
That's really awesome, Isaac. And so, from your perspective, how have you seen Amanda grow both musically and spiritually through this project?
Yes, it's been interesting to see her grow musically. I remember when we started out initially with her first songwriting attempts, I sort of helped her with trying to do a bit of the production, but I mean, I'm no expert, and then later she tried to do all the production herself, but really her strength is in the writing the lyrics and in a beautiful voice and the singing, and doing their own production. I think that was just a bridge too far. So eventually when we ended up with somebody who could produce it professionally, that was a big breakthrough.
Yeah.
And spiritually, I mean, it's always nice to see how passionate she is about her songwriting and how she translates her own spiritual journey and beliefs into songs, and how that gives meaning to her.
That's really awesome, Isaac. And back to you, Amanda. So this EP features 5 tracks, which is Anchor of Hope, Faith Without Borders, Dream, Free, and Queen. Is there a common message that ties the EP together?
Yes, I think it's about hope. There is in Queen also identity, but I think that everything that's linked is that God is our hope. Dream is about when life happens and you don't always reach your dreams that you were dreamed about when you were small, for instance, and when you realize that God never stopped dreaming about you, and God is still dreaming about you, and he dreamed about you even before you were born, and he's still dreaming about you, and that when you start dreaming with him, there's hope. And free is about when the lyrics, when I was stuck in the mud, Lord, do you help me come get out of it? So I think all of it has the message of hope and restoration.
That's really awesome, Amanda. And then you're also involved in children's music development at Doxa Deo Church. How important is it for you to use your music to impact the next generation?
I think, music is so powerful, but I think with the children, it's not about my music and it's not about music. I think for me, it's about these young hearts that just wants to worship God.
100%.
And it's not about how good they sing or, what mistakes they make.
Yeah.
For instance, we sang as a children's band on Sunday in church at the children's church, and it's not about how good they are. It's about just worshiping God without fear, without inhibition.
True.
I mean, I really struggled with fear for many, many, many years, and it was also only in 2020 when God showed me, I have to let go of the fear and trust in Him. that I realized I always had a fear before when I was singing in front of people. So just to nurture them so that they can praise God and sing or play an instrument in front of people without having fear, and just having grace with yourself that it's okay if you miss a lyric or miss a chord here and there. It doesn't matter. For God, it's still wonderful, and just to be part of that.
That's really awesome, Amanda. So the next question, which I'll have open to both of you guys. So what do you guys hope listeners feel when they hear Anchor of Hope for the first time?
I hope it's a catchy song that the lyrics will stick in their mind, and then maybe as they repeat it over, that some of the intent behind it will come through.
Yeah, I agree with Izak, so that they know in the storms when no one else can see that God is with them, and that no matter how difficult it is, it will get better. Don't lose hope.
That's awesome stuff, guys. And the last question, once again, I leave open to both of you guys, is so what's next for you both in 2026? Perhaps more music, ministry, or live performances?
Yeah, I think it's different things for us. For me, I've written a song that I want to record this year. It's an Afrikaans song, and I actually want to do a couple of Afrikaans songs. It's just finding the time. So I hope to do it in a couple of months. Yeah, and Izak, you can tell that at the vocal coaching school that you have a project there.
Yes, when Amanda started with these songwriting, she had a vocal coach, and I also started taking some lessons. I've been enjoying doing that, and we've got a little project there that might end in a professionally produced YouTube video, but nothing that will be like released on Spotify or anything like that. But that's just a fun project.
That's really awesome stuff. And just before we head out, just one more question. Where can the listeners find Anchor of Hope live?
Yeah, so as you said, it's part of 5 songs. So it's on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of the platforms. If you look for Amanda Marais, Anchor of Hope, the songs will be there. I also have a Facebook page, Amanda Marais Music. So you can pop me a message there if you want.
Really awesome stuff, guys. Thank you to you both once again so much for joining us today and for sharing both your music and your journey with us. And to the listeners, that was Amanda's new single called Anchor of Hope, which is out now and is the lead track from the 5-song EP, which has been released already. It's a powerful reminder that even in life's storms, we have something steady to hold on to. You've been listening to Amanda and Izak Marais right here on South Coast Radio. Stay tuned because we're going to be playing their song right now, which is called Anchor of Hope. You guys stay tuned, and I will see you in a moment.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.